Sussexsquad. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new to this channel, I would love to have you join our little community, join the conversation, hit the like, subscribe button, hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. So guys, Thomas Markle. The last time we talked about this man is when I was on vacation, glamping, and he was on some craziness, and now he on some craziness again. Like, it's just... Okay, look, I got this article here from page 6. You guys know how I feel about page 6. I wouldn't necessarily be reading an article from page 6, but I needed to get this information from somewhere, and I just was not going to look at Daily Mail or Newsweek talking about this. So anyway, let's talk about it. So this is an article from page 6 entitled Thomas Markle Calls Meghan Cruel for Not Letting Him Meet His Grandkids. There's No Excuse. And this is from Leah Blitzky from September 18th, 2023. It's like, why is all these people coming out of the woodwork when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle has something going on that's got them in all of the papers, all of the magazines, all of the news stations, all of the tabloids? Okay, at first it was like a coincidence. Now it's, well, maybe for some of y'all it wasn't a coincidence. Y'all was there a long time ago. But dude, Invictus Games happens. Princewilliam is talking about him. King Charles is talking about him. Thomas Markle is talking, well, through some anonymous source. Okay, well, when the car chase happened in New York, also people came out of the woodworks. When the Netflix documentary drops, people coming out of the woodworks. So I'm just like, this is solidifying to me that this is never ever about people really loving Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in a functional, compassionate, empathetic way, really being there the way that a loving family is. It's just them like grabbing on to that gravy train, baby. That gravy train is, that's serious. Man, I can't imagine my family doing this to me. But anyway, so listen to this. It says, Thomas Markle called Meghan Markle cruel from keeping her kids from him. Pause there. We're going to keep pausing. There's a reason that she's not letting you see them kids. It's because you have betrayed her. You have betrayed her. You basically sold your soul to the tabloids and Samantha Markle and threw Meghan under the bus. She can't trust you. Like, what don't you get? And on top of that, there's been so much harassment from trolls, threats from very, very real individuals who really have a grudge to wedge against Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So every single move that they make that deals with the public eye, they have to be safe to protect not only Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and Doria, but those babies, Archie and Lily. And you guys keep adding flames. You keep adding fuel to the flames. Like, I feel like what I just explained is very granular and very simple to understand. But I feel like for some reason, I don't know if it's just for money. I mean, I know it's for money. But the fact that Thomas Markle particularly, like, take Samantha Markle and Thomas Jr. out of this a little bit. It seems like Thomas Markle is really, really lost. It seems like he really is kind of clueless on why Meghan is treating him with disdain. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So it goes on to say, Meghan Markle's estranged father wants to meet his grandkids before it's too late. You should have thought about that before. You should have thought about that before. Stop going to these news sources, which appear to be for you to get paid. Stop doing that and go to Meghan and say, I'm sorry. So it says, I'm heartbroken, playing the victim. I'm very upset. This is a cruel thing to do to a grandparent. Oh, you're a grandparent now? To deny the right to see a grandchild. Thomas Markle said on Good Morning Britain. Good Morning Britain. It's always Britain. Just stop, Britain. Stop. Britain is an instigator shouting. Monday, in what has been dubbed his final interview. You guys know why I'm doing that, right? It's because when we talked, when I was on vacation glamping, back in, what was that? Baby, when did we go to Central Parks? Back at the end of July, he said, "This is my last interview." Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Let me just... Woosah. Woosah. Okay. Despite being caught staging paparazzi photos for money ahead of Meghan and Prince Harry's 2018 wedding and repeatedly blasting the couple on TV, Thomas insisted he has not done anything wrong. You see, that in his behavior mimics that as well. His behavior says to me that he doesn't think that he's done anything wrong. You guys have seen those videos where we talk about the narcissist. Oh, this is very, very sad to watch. It's very, very sad to watch. I feel bad for Meghan. I know that she's got Prince Harry. He's there to hold her down. She's got her little babies. This says to me generational trauma. It says to me unchecked mental health stuff may be going on. It says to me dysfunctional family. And all while they have so much at stake. This is so, so sad. Okay. In California, I can actually sue to see Prince Archie 4 and Princess Lilibet 2, but I don't want to do that, he said. That's a veiled threat. That's basically what that is a threat. And take that in front of any judge, and they will tell you to kick rocks, dude. Oh, my God. This is... Oh, Meghan. God, that's just wrong. Okay, the other thing is I've done nothing wrong. Again, there's nothing that points to say I'm a bad guy. You keep talking to the press to make money instead of apologizing to your daughter. That's what you're doing wrong. Oh, wow. Let me just say this, like, I'm pretty sure the same way that me being married to a European dude, he sees that America has some unique problems going on right now. And I don't like to keep coming back to Donald Trump. I really don't. But Donald Trump brought this air of entitlement, this Karen and Ken type nature that is sanctimonious, that victimizes itself even when they are the party at wrong. And of course, that's not everybody. I'm not trying to blanket statement over everybody, but that's what happens when you have very authoritarian, autocratic type people come into the situation. Scruples go out of the door and everybody just becomes kind of mean. What Thomas Markle is doing is mean, but the irony in this is that he doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. I'm telling you, it's just like, it's that rugged individualism, and the only kind of thing for that is to find some compassion in your heart and to find empathy. Honestly, I kind of feel like Meghan Markle, she communicated to Thomas through that documentary. She basically said everything she needed to say, that she was heartbroken, that she loves him, but what he did was wrong. What he keeps continuing to do is wrong, but he will not accept that. So he keeps on guilt tripping. And you know what? As I've said before, Thomas Markle, to me, bless his heart, I honestly think in a way he is a victim, and the perpetrator of the abuse is the trashy UK tabloids. That's the only kind of pass I'll give him, is that, I think that they keep sort of fueling these flames because it helps them get clicks and all that stuff. But he should be smart enough to know not to dance with the devil. It goes on to say the retired TV lighting director, 79, asserted that he is a really loving father, and that the Duchess of Sussex, 42, knows that. Listen, this would be my recommendation. And, I'm a child of divorce, and there were some times where my dad, before he passed, God rest his soul, where we had some difficulties too. And even though my parents divorced, my mom always kind of treated my dad as an old friend almost. And, I don't know if that's the case with Doria and Thomas, but I do see Doria as a very loving, sort of straight shooter type person, but also a warm-hearted person, someone who has wisdom, and who can kind of give you that wisdom you need. I would maybe recommend for Thomas to try to talk to Doria. Don't bring anybody else into it. Anybody else. Not Samantha, not Thomas, not the tabloids, not Meghan. Nobody. Just give Doria a call. Say, hey, can I talk with you? I really, really want to connect with my baby girl. I really, really would love to meet my grandparents. What do you think about that? I think if he did that, maybe Doria could help point him into the right direction. But it takes time. When people really feel betrayed, it takes time to kind of chip away at their heart. It's a difficult situation. And it goes on to say, there's no excuse for treating me this way. No excuse to treat grandparents that way, he said. She's not treating Doria like that. Doria gets to see her grandkids because Doria hasn't behaved in this way, Thomas. Thomas, who divorced Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, in 1987 after 7 years of marriage, claimed to have seen the suit's alarm change as she got older. Meghan lived with me from 6th grade to high school, and I never saw anything like that. He said of the current drama between them, I never saw the kind of woman she turned into. I am shocked. She is not the person I knew as my daughter. He is going to really, really regret that, and I'm not saying that in any sort of threat way. I'm saying that, and he knows that what he's saying are hurtful words, and it's not true. That same daughter is in there, but she grew up to know that you don't have to take emotional abuse. You can be strong and love yourself enough to separate yourself from toxic people. Eventually, that might come through to him, but it might be too late, Oh, man, it really just breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart to read this. It goes on to say, he says, I think she has an influence on Harry more than he does on her, he said. Now, this seems like a little bit of projection. Okay. Like, I feel like a therapist would just have a field day with Thomas, baby. And this whole I feel like they all need just a big old family therapy session. I am always here for her. I still love her. I'll love her forever. That will never change. But I want her to reach out to me and let me see my grandkids and let me have a little peace. You see? Parents are supposed to be selfless. Meghan has shown that many, many times with Lilibet and Archie that she is selfless. It's about them, baby. That pride is not in the way. Nothing of accountability there. And parents, it's like even when their children are wrong, truly a good parent, at least I know my parents, even if I was wrong, being a young, little arrogant, my parents were still there for me. Never would throw me under the bus, never betray me. This is weird, y'all. And there's still more. He says people go to prison for 5 years and they're forgiven. I didn't do anything. So forgive me, I guess, he said. I would always apologize for anything I've done wrong. I'm sorry if I have. So I guess that's something. That's kind of an apology there, but it's very half-assed. And it's after he's basically really, really gaslit Meghan for a long time before he gets to that. Maybe Meghan will get that and she'll hear the sorry in that, and maybe that'll be a kicking off point. But stop talking to tabloids about this. Keep it in the family. The father of 3 compared his estrangement with Meghan to Harry's tense relationship with his father, King Charles. Well, I will say the only thing that you and Charles have in common is your stubbornness. Your stubbornness and your unwillingness to admit when you've been wrong. It says King Charles has done nothing wrong too. Why do you keep aligning yourself with him? From all of this, I just feel like Good Morning Britain and publications and channels and outlets like that are almost just feeding these ideas into Thomas Markle, like a funnel. Like they're literally just like funneling what they think he should say, what he should believe, and he's basically taking them like dog whistles and going with it. So, yeah, it goes on to say he thinks it was a good idea that Meghan skipped the coronation. Talks about his stroke. He goes on to say, I look at Archie and I think about this child, and I genuinely can't imagine doing anything to intentionally cause pain to my child. Oh, this is what Meghan said. Meghan said that. She said, while pregnant with Lilibet, I can't imagine it, so it's hard for me to reconcile that. She's saying what she feels. Um, yeah. After that, it kind of talks a little bit about the Netflix docuseries, and that's pretty much it. But Thomas, maybe talk to Doria. I think Doria can give you some wisdom on the best way to approach this, because clearly what you're doing and what you've been doing is not working. It's not effective. The only people winning in this is the tabloid media getting more clicks, getting more people to hate Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. If you really, really want to see your grandkids, talk to Doria. If you can, talk to Meghan directly. Don't try to talk to Prince Harry, because Prince Harry is aligned with his wife. So I think if you try to go that route, he just say you need to talk to your daughter. Go to Doria. Go to Doria and say how you're really feeling, and ask her what does she think is best. Part of that would involve humility. You have to be humble enough to seek forgiveness when you've wronged people. Yeah, it makes me think of Kris Jenner's sister, who she has a contentious relationship with. It makes me think of Mariah Carey's sister and brother. And I've seen moments where both of those celebrities were kind of able to just keep speaking to the press. It's not like a black and white check multiple choice box type, quiz here. You got to be emotionally intelligent enough to know your daughter and know what's going to work and what's not. Clearly what you're doing is not working, buddy. But guys, I want to know what y'all think. Sussexsquad, Squad, how did you feel about that? I mean, I know I'm a little bit late in coming and talking about this, but I just, we're going to have to keep coming back and talking about it, because clearly nothing is getting through. He's sitting here villainizing Meghan when she's not the bad person in all of this. And the only one who really loses in all this is Archie and Lily. Eventually they're going to grow up. They're going to see this, and they're going to see that you hurt their mother. They're going to see that you really hurt their mother through all this. Remember you exercising and getting paid for this stuff. Oh, getting ready for the wedding. You don't remember that. And you don't think you did anything wrong. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, I think we're looking at generational trauma here. Like I said many times before, and I think it's just a really bigger question for us to take a look at gender roles, take a look at gender dynamics, take a look at how women and men raise young boys, and the values that they instill in their boys, and when they grow up to be men, when they have sons, what they do, because we're just looking at a whole lot of pride, victim blaming, lack of humility, sort of superiority complexes, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad to watch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he, ouch. It's that really, really sucks. And I feel like, as I said, the trashy tabloids are really fueling these flames and gaslighting and instigating this whole situation. And again, who gets hurt? It's Meghan and it's Archie and it's Lily. But you know, there's that saying how like you marry your dad or whatever. I don't think that that's the case, but I do think sometimes, I mean, when you get married, how your dad might have been the light of your life, whether it was a functional relationship or not. Your husband, especially if it's a good one, and Meghan got a good one, you know, you don't really sort of need all the toxicity in your life because you've got the man in your life who actually gives you that kind of genuine love that you need. Let me know what y'all think.